Okay. Hi. Okay. So I'm gonna do well, it's not a pick a card reading, it's more of a pick a jewelry reading. Okay. So I'm gonna do a general tarot reading. And we have 4 different pieces of jewelry which you get to pick from. There are gonna be 4 groups. This is going to be group 1, the necklace, the beaded necklace. It has a very beautiful glint when it hits the light. This moss green beaded necklace. Then we have the beautiful bangles with a beautiful sound. Then we have these earrings, beautiful bead earrings, red bead earrings. And then we have the ring, a turquoise ring, turquoise silver ring. Very beautiful. So these are the groups 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yay! Okay. Welcome, group 1. Those who picked the beaded necklace. Very beautiful. We'll start with this one. Oh, by the way, I pre-picked the cards and I'm just going with upright cards. So you guys know that. Now let's start with the necklace. As this is a general reading, I'm just gonna say what comes to mind, what I pick up as we go on in this reading. I'm getting prayer beads. You know how in the Catholics have their rosaries, and the Buddhist monks have their own type of prayer beads. I'm getting that. Prayer beads. It feels like someone is very into fashion or designer things, and maybe really religious or spiritual, but likes the finer things in life. It's like, yes, I'm gonna have this rosary, but it's gonna be the most expensive one. It's gonna be the one that is essentially the highest quality, the most expensive, and people are just gonna turn their heads towards that bead because it's just, people see that it's like it's different and it's higher quality. Okay, and here are the cards. Here we have the Page of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. So, we have a bit of earth energy here with Pentacles. It does feel like someone out there has expensive tastes, enjoys the finer things in life, fine dining, luxurious clothes. General reading, what do you need to know? Group 1, pile number 1. It feels like you live in a big city. I'm getting New York for some people, but a big city like capitals. Like for example, in Norway, it would be Oslo. Or in Sweden, it would be Copenhagen. No, Stockholm, right? Oh my god, I don't know, the capitals or just big cities in general. Yeah. And with this money, it feels like there's a lot of fear around it, or anxiety around it. It feels like you're constantly having to work to keep up this type of lifestyle that you desire. And it feels like it's like kind of become a bit tedious to you. For some people, it really feels like you've come from a smaller town that you have essentially, yeah, you're from a smaller town, a village, maybe a bit more of a rural area, a bit more of a big contrast to the big city. So you came to the city from this small town, and it was quite different, and you liked the different. That was a nice type of different. It was very much a welcome difference in your life. And now you have lived in the city for a while now, and it feels like you've earned, you came here kind of clutching your coins, and you've earned your coins, but it doesn't feel like, and it was exciting, don't get me wrong, it was really exciting and fun, and like in the beginning it was really exciting and fun and truly an adventure of sorts. But you've kind of realized that it maybe wasn't all it was made up to be. And so because a big town, like a big city, in a big city, you kind of begin feeling smaller. You don't feel like you have as much power in a big city, because suddenly there are so many other people around, so many other opinions, so many other things happening, and you can get quite distracted, and your energy essentially gets distracted, so you feel a bit smaller energetically. You're giving your energy to a lot of things. Maybe you're doing a lot more, you're with a lot more people, and what I'm getting is that maybe you have to get back to nature, back to this maybe smaller town. Maybe you just have to take some time to relax, to rest, to find yourself spiritually. Because even though the big city has given you a lot of opportunities, given you a lot of money, and kept you busy, essentially, it hasn't made you that much happier. And so going into a bit of a hermit mode to find your power, to find yourself more, to find your strength, and find that fire back, like get that fire back into your life, because it has been very tedious, very, yeah, I'm doing this because I have to. Yeah. It's not because you desire to do it. It's not because you love it. You kind of see this progression from young, naive Paige to hardworking person to, yeah, someone who's clutching the coins, someone who is maybe lost the meaning of life, the purpose of life, which is to have fun, which is to enjoy yourself. Are you enjoying yourself in the big city? That is probably the question I would ask. And if not, what is it you have to do to get into this Queen of Wands, to get that fiery energy back? Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna say quits here for you, pile 1. Bye. Hello, pile 2. These are your cards. And you, pile 2, you chose the bangles. And I've always thought that the bangle, like these types of bangles, have a gorgeous sound to them when they're worn. Absolutely gorgeous. I'm kind of seeing like sacred geometry kind of thing going on. Like if I play with them, they kind of get this sacred geometry pattern to them. So maybe that is significant. I'm also cultures that wear bangles traditionally, maybe India and Romanian people, gypsies. Getting that. Very beautiful. Really like them. So beautiful. And what is it called? Well. I don't know what it's called. Like Olympic Games, the Olympic Games. I'm also getting that. Something with the Olympic Games. And like fire energy, a lot of fire energy. I'm seeing a lot of fire energy. And just three, no, like those, like shapes, if we're talking shapes, the, not squares, but the triangles. I'm seeing triangles too. So something with that can be significant in some sort of way. But here are your cards. We have the 9 of Cups, we have the Ace of Cups, and we have the Tower. This is interesting, isn't it? I'm seeing Egypt. I'm seeing the Middle East. A lot of gold, yeah. Like countries that are particularly interested in gold. But I guess that's all countries. So I guess I shouldn't, yeah, that's maybe not. But gold as in jewelry, like I'm seeing maybe a lot of Asian countries and Middle East and Egypt, and yeah, I'm seeing those countries. Very beautiful jewelry, which is what I'm picking up on. Right now, I'm seeing that you're probably in a good place. It feels like you're confident, you feel strong, you have your cups in a row, you're good to go. Yeah, it just feels like you're in a really good place right now. And it feels like you're like on the brink of getting that last cup, that 10th cup. And guess what's here? Ace of Cups, the last cup. It really feels like you're gonna get that last cup, and it's gonna feel quite fun, quite exciting, quite fun, quite easy to get that last cup. It feels like it's given to you, just out of nowhere. It just comes, it just falls out of the sky, literally. Just comes out of the clouds, and this cup is given to you. And it gives you all this rejuvenation. The water from the cup, it just feeds you. It fuels you. I'm seeing something about purity with the dove here, or this white bird. Something about purity. Maybe this, because with the Tower card, I'm very much relating the people to the dove. I feel like they're somehow connected. It feels like they're falling in a similar way. It feels like the bird is falling. You know how when we upgrade from one level to another, we essentially, when we upgrade, we have like left some baggage behind. We have purged some things. Some things have been purged and left behind as we have upgraded. But with this upgrade you're going through, or this very wonderful Ace of Cups, there's still baggage you have. There's still sort of a dying bird in your closet or in your bags that you've maybe kind of dragged with you throughout your life, since childhood, since the innocent times, the times of innocence. And it feels like even when you are getting all these cups, all this joy and this abundance, you're still feeding that dove with the water. You're still feeding your baggage, if that is shame about who you are as a person, if that is fears, you're still feeding it. You're still with the more abundance you get, you're gonna keep feeding this dove, this bird, with the abundance, with the energy you get, with the abundance. So you could say, if you have shame about your body and you've had no money to do anything about it, but now you have so much money, and so you're probably gonna have thoughts of maybe getting plastic surgery or getting on a weight loss thing or doing something to fix the thing you dislike, to fix the thing you have shame and fear about. So you're gonna put a lot of energy into this fear, this shame, this thing you deem bad. And it feels like on your next, your next chapter, your next level of the game, it feels like that is what's going to go next, or at least part of it. Like you're starting to unshed this thing, and you might not have been aware of it, but you're becoming more and more aware of it with every cup. That, okay, I am actually putting a lot of energy, a lot of attention, a lot of thought into this thing that has stemmed from being a child and maybe having these things projected onto you, having these things put onto you. And that's what you're gonna be shedding, and it's gonna be so fucking scary because you're gonna become that child again. You're going to meet yourself as that child that is being shamed and that is being taught that you should fear something. So you're meeting that person again, and that can be a very scary thing. You're meeting that situation again. And I'm seeing that it's gonna need something very powerful to take this dove down, because it hasn't gone down before. But it's going down. Hell is coming, but it's a good thing. Your foundations are going to get so much stronger. Your crown might have fallen, but you're gonna put it back on your head, and you're gonna sit so fucking strong. Maybe you're gonna lose people because of it. And that's very scary too. This is a very scary card for a lot of people. It is. But in preparation for that time, sit with yourself. Sit with that fear, that idea that it might be really scary. Because it's going to be okay. After every storm comes a rainbow, or something like that. After the rain comes the rainbow. I'm trying to make it more positive because it ended with the tower, but it's like if I picked another card, I knew it would, like, this is kind of like a cyclical thing. You see how with tarot, it kind of is a cyclical thing. it's always like you begin at the beginning and then you go with, you know, through the levels, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 and all this. So this is essentially, this is just part of the process of becoming even stronger, even more powerful, and even happier and more confident in yourself. That's it. Don't take this too far. It wasn't meant to scare anyone. Okay. Thanks for watching. Bye. Okay, welcome group 3, pile 3, group 3. Those who chose the earrings. Ah, they're absolutely gorgeous. The camera does not do them justice. They are stunning. They really have me remind me of like the garnet stone, the crystal. So I'm getting quite deep root chakra energy, deep sexual energy, dominance. Yeah, quite sexual energy. Maybe you guys are a bit of a seductive group. I think that's all I'm getting from it. Yeah. I picked 4 cards for you guys. I picked 3 for the other 2 groups, and group 1 and group 2. For you guys, these 2 came out, and then I saw the star, and I was like, oh, the star felt right. But then this one came out, and I debated just having it be those 3, but I don't know, I felt something with the star. There was a message that wanted to be told through the star. And so, let's begin. I mean, the thing that I really noticed when I first picked them out was that how many clothes these people wore. how many clothes these people wear in these cards. How they're kind of hiding in their clothes. And especially with comparison to the star that is naked, without anything. It feels like you've been on this journey. It feels like I don't really care about what the journey is right now. Yeah, you've been on this journey. And you've upgraded in a lot of ways. And so has your wardrobe. But it feels like you're hiding in your clothes. And especially with this seductive energy that we have here. This beautiful sexual energy that just wants to burst out. It feels like you haven't allowed yourself to express yourself sexually. This feels like a child kind of wearing whatever they want, and then how society, how parents, how adults and other children just make us feel shame for our sexuality, make us feel like we have to cover up, we have to wear longer skirts and dresses, bulkier things to hide. Especially if This feels like someone that might just be a little bit more voluptuous. Someone who is maybe bigger and it feels like they have to wear bigger clothes. If it is a bigger butt or a bigger breasts, or I don't know, bigger penis, I don't know. And with the blueness of the sky, it just feels like this period of time just was in a different color. You saw things in a different color than when you were a child. And it's gonna change. You're gonna be able to see both the perspectives of your childhood self and the perspective with this yellow star of this period of your life, of feeling shame and guilt and unworthiness. But also these other stars, which I feel like represent neutrality, which represent a more loving, neutral energy. And I think maybe you're working on it right now. This getting comfortable in your own skin and with your own sexuality, with what you like sexually and romantically. Getting comfortable with what you want and expressing what you want, because it feels like you know what you want. It feels like you're quite secure in your knowledge of what you want. It's kind of like, okay, yeah, I want to wear the clothes I want to wear. I want to express myself more sexually, or I want to be more open about my sexuality. I want to come out of the closet of sorts. I guess this is kind of a coming out pile. And this is where you allow yourself to do that, which is a very scary thing, which is why she's naked. She doesn't have the layers anymore. She doesn't have the protection anymore. She is authentically herself. And she's working on finding bravery and happiness in that, which she's gonna get. Yeah. I mean, this is a very beautiful energy. Authenticity is quite an attractive energy. So I feel like you're gonna attract a lot more people to you with your authenticity. And authenticity comes in many different ways. It expresses itself very differently in all of us. Sometimes it is by wearing more clothes, sometimes it is by wearing less. But it's about being honest. Who do I feel like being today? Do I feel like smiling today? No. Then maybe I'm not gonna smile to everyone today. It's the energy of honesty. That's what authenticity is. I am being honest with myself and with others. And a lot of people are not going to be comfortable with this. A lot of people are going to find problems with this and are going to want you to hide. Which is why, I mean, even with these cards, you could get demonetized for them. This video could essentially go down if it is on a certain platform, let's say YouTube, because of the nakedness on this woman. So yeah, it's not, it feels like it's not going to be the easiest thing, to be honest. But it feels like a thing that is going to make you feel more comfortable with yourself. And it's going to make you attract a lot more people that are going to love you for who you are. Yeah, I'm hearing soul tribe. So you're gonna more easily, you are going to have a more easy time finding your soul tribe by taking off your clothes. Metaphorically speaking, of course, but honesty, authenticity, being yourself, and releasing the sort of shame that is attached to your nakedness. I think that's it. I think the garnet stones have said their piece. Yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. Hello, pile number 4. You're the last pile, aren't ya? Aren't ya? My, you have a beautiful ring, don't you? It's my ring. It reminds me, oh my god, have you guys seen Vampire Diaries? Like the Salvatore rings? It reminds me of the Salvatore rings, and like the rings men use. Like it feels like a lot of masculine energy. It feels the rings that men use, like signet rings and those thumb rings. I'm also reminded of thumb rings. And of course, like, who else? Like, what comes to mind are like gypsies, Romanian people, traveling people. Weren't those the people that essentially like created the tarot deck? I don't know. But it feels like people who do divination, like traveling people, nomads. That's what I'm getting. Very beautiful energy. Quite masculine too. And I guess you have to be when you travel so much. God, such a stunner, aren't you? But it's quite worn. It's quite worn too. And it smells. Like, it smells of metal or some other science word I do not know the name of. And it's like the silver color is wearing a bit off where it has been, like, where it's most well worn. And yeah, a bit of a weathered look to it. Very beautiful. Here we have King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, and Temperance. So again, you know, masculine energy. Only men in here. As I see, I think that's a man. Then we have quite a masculine energy here. I'm getting Archangel Gabriel. Yeah, Archangel Gabriel. Or an angel that is called Gabriel, or someone named Gabriel with with angel wings. Yeah. Ooh, this feels like someone who's moving from feels like someone who's moving into a bit more of a spiritual path. I'm getting a little bit of Jesus energy. Like maybe some Christians out there. I don't know if they'd be watching this, but who knows? Oh yeah, that was what I wanted to say. I had a dream about an orange salamander, which I was reminded of with this one, which I'm sure is not a salamander, but orange. Almost looks almost like a salamander. Maybe. Oh, maybe that's a salamander. They look similar. It's fine. So that's interesting. So something about orange salamanders. But it feels like someone, you, were like, I don't know, I'd say quite well off, maybe in a job, very stable job. I'd say a very boring job, like a lawyer and or like an office worker, but it was well paid. Maybe you wore a suit and tie, maybe you wore like you had like your formal attire of sorts. You had your uniform. And then guess who's going on a journey? Guess who's going on a journey? Someone's going on a journey. Wow. This is a very interesting energy. I was not this playful or this teasing or this yeah, I was not this playful in the other piles. So I'm getting a bit of a playful energy, a bit of a silly energy, a bit of a let's have fun. A little bit of singing too. Yeah, but it feels like you've had this daddy energy. Oh my god, where is this coming from? I don't know. Hang on tight, baby, because this is gonna take a turn. We'll see where this ends. Yeah, you've had a lot of money. It feels like you've been, like you are either in a place where you're still working, you have a lot of money, you're quite stable. But you're feeling maybe this sort of depression or this sadness or this pull towards something else. Maybe you feel stuck. So you're feeling this pull or redirection. And this is what is going to lead you to your journey. This is what is going to lead you to your journey. Maybe you already are journeying, but it feels like you're maybe going to quit your job. And it feels like you're going to take your money and you're going to run. Maybe you work in a bank. Yeah, quite a lot of silly energy. Do you like to joke? Do you like to flirt? Is there a little bit of sexual energy here too? Oh my god, didn't I say nomad? No, didn't I say nomad? Like traveler. Do you do that for work? Do you travel a lot? Are you a traveler? Like, is that part of your work? But anyway, you're moving. You are moving. Taking your money, your abundance, and you getting out of there. And where are you going? You're going towards water. I mean, it feels like that's the goal. That is the goal. You're being led by angels. Fire energy. Is that fire energy? That's probably water, but I'm reminded of fire. You have a lot of fire energy. And it feels like you're moving more into this watery energy. It's more spiritual. A bit of air too. The third eye. Maybe your third eye has been activated, or your third eye is going to activate. You're gonna see the world in a whole different light. You see how the skies are a different color. You're gonna see the world in a very different light. Maybe you weren't so sensitive before, and now you've become very sensitive. Emotionally, spiritually, very sensitive. It feels like someone essentially having lived in their masculine energy all their life and having like reaped a lot of rewards from it, and then essentially going into this feminine energy where the feminine energy feels a lot. It's a very receptive energy, and it has to deal with a lot of energy, a lot of other people's energy, and that is a very heavy thing to bear. That's a very heavy cross to bear. That's it's not an easy task. And it feels like that is essentially what is pulling you towards this spiritual enlightenment, this spiritual it's pulling you onto the spiritual path. And the third eye, also like Lord of the Rings, like the eye of, I don't know, the evil guy, the eye, something, eye of Horus, or is that Egypt? Like eye of Horus, Lord of the Rings, that evil eye, that red evil eye. I'm getting something about that. Oh my god, it's like you're on a journey. Yeah, maybe you're gonna, I think maybe you're gonna find some people to journey with, to go towards this great thing, to go with on this great journey, essentially. In Egypt, something with the eye of I don't know what it's called. It's an Egyptian eye. That's all you're getting from me right now. Yeah, you're gonna learn to handle this feminine energy, this water energy. You're gonna learn to handle emotions, other people's emotions, energy, other people's energy, a lot of difficult energy. It feels like things have been easy breezy, and it feels like things are probably gonna get a little bit, you're not gonna feel like you have everything under control. You're gonna be humbled a little bit, because it feels very much like a man. Well, if you don't know this, the female brain is very different from a male brain, in that it's more sensitive to vibrations, or generally speaking, women are usually more sensitive to vibrations. It can be, you can call it like a thing constructed by society, how we don't allow men to be very emotional or to be very receptive to emotions. Or you can say it's like women are born with it. Doesn't matter, but it's a fact. At least at this point, generally speaking, women are more sensitive to vibrations. And it feels like right now that it's a man, essentially, or a male energy, that is getting into a woman's body, into a woman's brains, into a female brain, learning that, okay, things have been easy. This isn't that easy anymore, because I'm not used to it. And I think you're gonna get used to it. And I think, like, essentially you feel very strong. Like, even if you're stumbling, even if you have roadblocks, you just feel sturdy. It feels like you feel confident in this, but it might be a bit weird and a bit unsteady for a while. But I feel very confident in you. I feel like you feel very confident in yourself. That you will get through this, and that you will overcome this, in essence. And that's a very beautiful thing. Yeah. I think I'm gonna end it there. Thank you for watching. It was wonderful to read for you guys. Pile 4, I'm out. Bye.